What's up everybody, this is Jose from Southern Life. On today's video, we're going to be reviewing more immigration arrests from the state of Florida. Our last immigration video was taken down and flagged and removed from YouTube, so at the end of this video, we'll talk a little bit about that situation. Just today, this individual was arrested in Sarasota County and he is being placed on an ICE and immigration hold for deportation. He's listed as a Hungarian construction worker, and I believe he's the first European to get the deportation hold out of Sarasota. As you guys know, here in the Sarasota area, you have a large European community, and now they are also starting to see deportations. We wish him the best of luck back in his home country. Hungary is a beautiful country. This Hungarian will be returning to a beautiful country full of white women and luxury vehicles, natural settings. I can't even imagine why this guy would come to the United States considering how beautiful his home country is. And just like him, there are many Hungarians living illegally in the Sarasota area. Aesthetically, they are indistinguishable from Americans. After all, many Americans are descendants of Hungarians. There are many Hungarians living illegally in the Sarasota area. Many of them are mechanics specializing in European vehicles. They have a really good talent for that. This individual is a 23-year-old being deported who works in construction. Now, I don't know exactly what field of construction he was working, but I have met many Hungarians who work doing tile work. They're very skilled at working tile and marble, very high-end tile work. A lot of times that is done by them, as well as granite. So these are the occupations that they occupy, and they're masters at it. They're really talented people. I really don't understand why you would deport these individuals. The second individual arrested today as well for immigration holds is an individual that lives in Sarasota. He has warrants in Manatee County. That's the Bradenton area where we're driving through now. His warrants are for leaving the scene of an accident and for no valid driver's license. He is being detained in Sarasota with an ICE immigration hold on behalf of Manatee County. He is a Mexican national, but not a U.S. citizen, so his deportation will be to Mexico. With the building boom that's going on in Mexico right now, I really don't get why Mexicans keep coming over here. There's a lot of jobs in Mexico right now. I follow an Uber driver on YouTube, and he said in his last video that I watched that he was making about $1,200 a week Uber driving in Mexico City. During Trump's first term, a lot of people went back to Mexico that were doing construction in the United States, and they've built palaces, resorts, hotels. Like, they really built up Mexico a lot. And it's not like that Mexico didn't have opportunities. It's that for some reason, people kept coming here, even though Mexico has great opportunities. If you think there's a lot of Mexicans in the United States, you should see how many Americans there are along the coastal towns of Mexico. There's better affordability, there's better opportunities, it's a more relaxed lifestyle, your money goes a lot longer. If you got a little bit of money and you go to Mexico, you're practically a king. The top 3 richest states in Mexico right now make more income than the top 3 poorest states in the United States. Police officers in all of Canada's states are making more money per hour than police officers in Florida. With globalization, if you got money, you can live good anywhere on earth. Like, all the people that move to Florida move here for the warm weather and beaches, which the entire country of Mexico has. Better beaches, better weather. A lot of Canadians that used to come to Florida are now going to Mexico, so that's going to bring another boom to Mexico along the coastline. So these individuals that are living here in the Sarasota area illegally, undocumented, working construction, if they go back to their home country of Mexico, they could probably actually make a better living down there than they will here. I just talked to a friend that came through Mexico recently, and they were telling me that the beach vibes down there are incredible. The party, the scene along the beach, it's a lot more fun, more active. Here, the beaches is just kind of like old rich people that are kind of boring, but down there along the beach, the vibes are incredible. And unlike here in the United States where the rich people hoard their money, in Mexico, you have like new money, so these people are totally reckless. They'll spend money on trees, gardens, houses, cars, jewelry, clothes. If you have a service to provide, they're booking it. DJs, festivals, parties. I got a friend that lives in Jalisco, and he tells me that they rent out show horses. He has horses that are beautiful, like breeds of horses. People rent horses for weddings, events, and parties. That's insane. All cash money, by the way, US dollars. And a lot of these people that are getting deported, like, they know people here in the United States already, so, like, you know, they'll be all right. Oh, and the coolest thing, they can drive their dirt bikes and ATVs anywhere. They go to the city with their ATVs. They'll climb up on the mountains, head down to the beaches. Whatever the crap they're doing, they can ride their ATVs everywhere. Most of Latin America, you can drive your four-wheelers or ATVs or dirt bikes on the road. You got your ATV, you got a little Honda 250 or something, you can ride it on the roads, on the beaches, through the cities. Nobody bothers you. I've seen people in Haiti doing that, Guatemala, and Michoacan, Mexico. So like a lot of these places, like there's just a more sense of freedom where you can actually, like, even if you have a little bit less money than the United States, like you can do more things there that you're not allowed to do here. Like riding an ATV along the beach. Like, have you ever wondered why can't we drive dirt bikes and ATVs along the beach here? They don't allow it anywhere in the United States. Over there, they do all that stuff. It's not a big deal. So yeah, there's great benefits of going back home. Like, I really wish this guy the best. I really do. All right, so those are the two immigration arrests that came through today, the Mexican and the Hungarian here in Sarasota. Now, I had uploaded a video a few days ago, and that video did get flagged. Basically, I think somebody saw the video and got angry at what I was saying and decided to flag the video. I wouldn't doubt that about 100 or 200 people a week flag my videos, but the YouTube robots look through it and decide that it isn't a real legitimate thing. This time, for the first time ever, the video actually got deleted. But now that I'm looking back over the video, it's kind of a little sloppy. I was kind of tired that night, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to summarize that video, the parts of that video that were good. Alright, so let's summarize what that video was about, the one that got removed. So from the video that got flagged yesterday, this individual right here is being deported back to a beautiful island in the Pacific. I've never heard of this place, but this is the photos that I found on Google Maps. It looks absolutely gorgeous. But you go figure, as beautiful as this island is, it's about 100 square miles and only has 1,600 people, so opportunities there would probably be very limited. His initial criminal charges were almost identical to the Mexican guy, basically a warrant out of Manatee County for driving without a valid driver's license. We have this Guatemalan roofer who was arrested in Sarasota County for no valid driver's license, and there is an ICE hold on him. He lives in Wimauma, Florida. It's a suburb just north of Sarasota. Being a roofer in Sarasota County, I'm sure he was probably doing some hurricane cleanup work. Mexican national with a Palmetto address, that's a suburb of Bradenton, was arrested in Sarasota County. Now, he had driving under the influence and no valid driver's license. As a Mexican national, not a U.S. citizen, he could likely face a deportation hold in the future. Cuban national who is not a U.S. citizen was arrested on Longboat Key, beautiful island right outside of Sarasota. He was operating a vehicle with a revoked or suspended driver's license. In his case, he could face a deportation since he's not a U.S. citizen. U.S. citizen, not deportable, was arrested in Charlotte County, Florida for battery on two people over the age of 65 years old. This young man is originally from Brazil. He was living in Charlotte County, Florida. He was arrested for a warrant that came along with an ICE deportation hold. He will be deported back to Brazil. I couldn't imagine the depression spell that I would hit if I went from living in Brazil to living in Port Charlotte. Like, deep down, I got a feeling this kid is probably happy to return to Brazil. From living some miserable 9 to 5 commute life in this metropolitan area down here, I couldn't imagine what he was working at. Maybe like a bus boy or at a restaurant or something. Probably working 2 or 3 shifts here to be able to return back to Brazil, enjoy the beaches, a more relaxed lifestyle. He must be feeling relieved. This gentleman right here was arrested for an ICE deportation hold. He lives in Sarasota but was arrested in Charlotte County. His occupation is listed as a roofer. He's going to go from fixing hurricane damaged roofs here in Florida to hopefully installing a roof on his own house back in Mexico. I really wish him the best. Low key, I don't know if you guys know this, but roofers have been making more money than doctors and lawyers in Southwest Florida. After a hurricane, the starting pay, if you have no knowledge at all, if you're complete nothing, the starting pay is about $280 a day. They pay you cash. If you know a little bit more, you can start off at about $340 a day. If you speak Spanish, you're knowledgeable, you know how to work, and you have a driver's license, you can run a whole crew, then they pay you by commission, and it's even more. These guys are making a lot of money. I remember when I lived in Fort Myers, I would pick up Guatemalans, and I would ask them how much money they make doing roofing. It's hard work, but if they went along with a work crew that was doing roofing, $240 to $280 a day, and that's only for day labor, completely unknowledgeable. If this guy's been doing roofing for a while, he's going to be all right. He's going to be able to get himself a nice truck, a nice house back home. He's going to be straight. Hopping up to Pensacola, Florida. This is Escambia County. This Guatemalan was caught driving without a valid driver's license. There's actually quite a few arrests of Hispanics in Escambia County. This guy right here was actually homeless. He was resisting arrest, battery, burglary charges. He could have been down here in Southwest Florida making a crap load of money. For some reason, he decided to be homeless in Pensacola. His loss. Escambia County put an ICE immigration hold on him for deportation. Sounds reasonable. This individual right here got an ICE deportation hold in Escambia County as well. I'm not sure what his nationality is. Escambia County doesn't publish that, but he had some larceny charges that led to an ICE immigration hold. I think part of the issue with my videos too, and the reason why it could have got flagged, as you guys know, I have a great sense of humor, and unfortunately, some people are easily offended. So we're going to try to be a little bit more considerate and respectful when we go over these reviews about the individuals that are getting deported. Maybe just focus on the positive things about their situation and not so much cracking jokes at their misfortune. I know you guys love my sense of humor, and I was kind of roasting these individuals that are getting arrested if they look interesting or whatever, but that's actually a violation of YouTube's community guidelines, so we'll take that as a warning and just be a little bit more kind and respectful to these individuals. Focus more on the positives about their situation and maybe a little bit less roasting the people that are getting arrested. This has been a great series. It's already reached over 300,000 people, and we've only been doing this for a few weeks, so it's reached a lot of people. People love the immigration-related videos that I've been doing, but we got to step it down with the jokes. Me as a natural comedian, I can't help but roast people, but there's certain places you can't go on YouTube, and kind of roasting people isn't really like the thing to do, so we're going to step back on that a little bit. Now, you can roast people a little bit, but there's like boundaries. And I think with some of these individuals, I kind of might have gone too far. Whatever the situation, we're going to correct it, and we're going to keep doing this series. It's been a great series. It's a little disappointing that one of my videos got flagged, but hey, you know what? This is a serious topic, and perhaps I need to cover this from a more serious and professional tone, not so much from roasting people. And I know if you're watching these videos, you're going to be disappointed because a lot of you guys love when I roast people, but these are real news stories, real people, and real situations, so a little bit of respect and dignity wouldn't hurt. It's also possible, too, that the comments that some people are making could have triggered the robots, because the types of comments that these videos get from people who are hateful could have already been red flags left and right, and so many people watch these videos just to hate. What a horrible thing.